All right, we're back. We're back to talk, man. First, I'd like to start the conversation by saying congratulations. Congrats
Much
on
appreciated. Much appreciated.
making it to the FA Cup final. I actually called it. I called it. I said you guys were gonna win it, and I wasn't confident at all, man. I really, really wasn't confident after, what happened with Atletico Madrid. And, once I saw the lineup that Klopp put out against Benfica, I'm like, it's a wrap for us on the weekend, man. Seriously. I'm like, it's a wrap, bro. But look, congrats on the FA Cup semifinal win. I want to hear your thoughts on the game because for me, I knew that we were going to lose the game. And when I actually started watching the game late. I was like, I didn't realize the game was started already. I thought it was 11:30, and when I tuned in, I'm like, whoa, half hour gone, and we're 2-0 down. Zach Steffen in the goal, Zinchenko. I'm like, it's a wrap. I'm like, wow, I knew this. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like I
When
see these things
Zinchenko's
before
in
they
the
happen.
lineup, that's when you know.
Well,
That's when you know.
he plays. He took part in a lot of the successful title challenges and everything, but he has not been playing lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
he's rusty. You
yeah,
need the
yeah,
rhythm. Yeah.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on the game?
So I got to say first off, that first half was just everything I've ever wanted to watch in a football match. One, the fact that we're beating City 3-0 going into the half, that's satisfying enough. By the way, thanks for congratulating us because it was a good
Yeah,
match. It's always good to see. Um, but I think it was a tale of two halves. I think you guys definitely game plan differently at halftime, and I think it showed in the second half. One thing I was concerned, or not concerned with, I was happy about it because it ultimately led to us winning. But two things: one, the lineup choice for Pep. So we'll get into that in a sec. But two, what you guys were exposing us with in the league, almost you did maybe two times throughout the game, and that was switch the ball from sideline to sideline and stretch us out. And it literally happened maybe in the first 5 minutes. Grealish got in behind, and I think Van Dijk had to make a good block. Um, but why? What was? Why did? Why was there a game plan change for you guys? Like, was it because of the lineup factor? So first, I'll give you two questions. One is, how did you feel about the lineup? Okay, because obviously I'm going in with confidence when I see that lineup. And the second thing is, how do you think the game plan was executed?
well, I think the lineup was shitty, first of all. And I just to keep it real, I knew Pep was gonna put out a lineup like that. I knew it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked. I knew the lineup was gonna come out and it was gonna look like that. And when you put out a lineup like that with players who don't play with each other week in, week out, I know they train and everything, but training and a real game, especially against Liverpool in an FA Cup semi-final, is two different things. So as much as Pep might say this is the game plan, it's gonna be very difficult to follow that game plan when you're coming up against Liverpool because then you might have to change the game plan very early because you're behind. You're 2-0, down, you're 3-0 down. So that is why when we came back in the second half, there was more of a plan to combat Liverpool's,
Yeah.
brilliance. And as you said, it was a game of two halves, and we won the second half. And I think if we had more of a better first half and we had the personnel, I know, I don't want to make excuses, but if we had De Bruyne, if we had Edison in goal, it could have been a different outcome. And I don't want to cry too much over the game. It's gone already. I expected the loss. And the way I'm looking at it is we have to sacrifice something. Something's got to give
And
in
so
order
in
for
this case, it
us
was the
to,
FA Cup.
yeah, and the Carabao Cup. Both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I my thing was, and this goes forward with you guys in terms of the games you have left in the Champions League. Why was Mares not playing, man? I think Mares is a dangerous, like maybe he's your super sub. He's kind of like how we treat our super sub players, that dynamic player late in the game when the legs are tired of the opposition. But Mares got around Robertson with ease, man. Like, I mean, he is a dangerous player. I really like watching Mares play.
Yeah, what he did to Robertson there was it made him look like
You don't see
really
that.
average.
You
Yeah,
do
yeah.
not see that. Yeah.
And imagine if we had that throughout the game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Pep with Mahrez, it's difficult sometimes because, he doesn't really. Sometimes he gets a really good run in the team. Other times you see he's not really playing that much. But he came off the bench and he did his thing. And it make you wonder, what if Pep had brought on De Bruyne? But it goes back to where I think he does not want to risk anything
And that
because
makes sense.
you risk the FA Cup, a competition that he's only won once, and it's not. It's a good thing if you win the FA Cup, but it's better if you win the Premier League. You see what I'm saying? So you don't go all out for the FA Cup when you have a game against Brighton coming up, and let's say De Bruyne go back in and he suffers a setback and he's out for the rest of the season. Let's say we put in Ruben Diaz and he's out for the rest of the season. What are we gonna do now? So
That's
I
a
don't
good
mind.
point.
I really don't mind a loss in the Champions League. Not the
You mean
Champions
the
League, but
FA
yeah.
Cup?
Oh
I was
man,
like,
God
you
damn,
definitely mind that.
damn.
Yeah.
I don't mind a loss in the FA Cup at all. So
And plus,
con-
coming up against Brighton, Brighton are a solid team. I think people overlook
exactly.
how good Brighton are. I think Graham Potter, just his style of play and the acquisitions they have, namely bringing in Cucurella on that left-handed side, who's naturally a winger when he was at Getafe, but he kind of converted him to like a left wing back. Um, and I just think they have a solid midfield, and Trossard slept on. Maupay slept on. You got Solly March and whoever else they play out there. Um, I do think you guys will win that match. But again, I agree that Pep is probably playing it smart, prepping for the Brighton match versus prioritizing a domestic cup, which you guys have already
Yeah,
won. Whereas us, we haven't been even in the final since 2012
yeah,
ish.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
so. So
yeah.
for us, that's the priority right now. But I think,
It
yeah, it was an
it's not
expected result.
it's not that we don't want to win it. It's just like at this stage of the season, when you really analyze things, it's just better not to basically go all out for the FA Cup and then leave yourself vulnerable for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? But in terms of the FA Cup, Liverpool versus Chelsea again, that will be the fourth time this season. All three games have ended in a draw, but the Carabao Cup final 11-10 on penalties. You guys actually met in the Super Cup recently, where that one went to penalties as well,
Yep.
and of course the EFL Cup final there this season. So the Liverpool versus Chelsea games are very good as well. The recent ones have been very good. I think they beat you guys last season in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Everyone was actually beating you
So we
last
beat them
season.
2-0, and then maybe they came and beat us
Yeah,
at Anfield.
yeah, I think everyone was actually beating you guys last season. And
Well, we had a seven, dude. We had a
you'll want to
7 game
forget
run.
last season.
I
Yeah.
don't want to remember anything about the spring of last season.
So just quickly, how do you feel about that final? You feel you're gonna beat them?
Please start Kepa. That's all I'm asking. Start Kepa. No, dude, Chelsea, when I watched them against Crystal Palace, they didn't worry me. But again, like you said, historically, Chelsea Liverpool is a great, great matchup, even matchup. Thomas Tuchel, the way they play is almost the perfect way to play against us to stop it. What they need to do is expose the high line. Again, that's what everyone has to do. That's all they have to do. I think we can end up winning like a 1-0. I don't expect a lot of goals in this match. I might even expect a draw and it goes to penalties. But I would have obviously rather played Crystal Palace. But if I'm going off of recent form, the way they played against Crystal Palace doesn't have me worried, if that makes sense. I don't see any attacking threats from them. So it's really up to us to be able to break them down, which has been tough for us in the past.
Yeah, I think you guys got it, man. You know what I'm saying? I
It would
think
be
you
good
got it.
to beat them in both domestic cups.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But
I think you got it, man. Don't worry yourself. I think
oh,
you got it. Chelsea,
yeah.
remember that Chelsea have been in the last three FA Cup finals. Don't forget that. They lost to Arsenal. Remember Arteta, new manager
Yep.
Arteta, and then they lost to Leicester last season. And then this season, I already seen it. They're gonna lose to Liverpool. So
Hey,
you have two domestic cups in the bag, bro. Congrats.
Hey, don't put the cart before the horse. You know what I mean?
Congratulations, bro. Look, we'll
Look,
keep
you in the Champions League though. So
uh-huh.
we had a tough road in the FA Cup.
Mm,
It seems like we got a favorable back-to-back draws in terms of Benfica and now
mm-hmm.
Villarreal. You guys have had a tough road. Atletico Madrid is no easy win over two legs, so congrats on that. But you have Madrid, my friend.
Yep.
Madrid, who are hot. Thibaut Courtois has found the keeper he was at Chelsea again. He is a phenomenal keeper. Vinicius is dangerous. Benzema,
Yeah, man. You saw what happened with Sevilla? That was,
dude.
I didn't watch the game, but
Yeah.
it was a controversial type of game, but they came back though. That
Yep.
was crazy.
They're hot.
But
They're
yeah,
hot.
yeah, we in sync because I was just about to talk the Champions League. Okay, Benfica, you push them aside. You were expected to push them aside, but I think they fought very well in both games, and I think if they were a bit more clinical, they could have caused an upset, but they weren't clinical enough in the first leg, in my opinion. But the second leg, I think they played very well, and they have some very bright prospects in the future. Darwin Nunez, man,
Yeah, and I
listen,
honestly
yeah,
I couldn't stop thinking about that because it was we did a post match or we did the league preview after that, I believe. After that match. And you had brought up Darwin Nunez. You said he played really well tonight. And I was like, yeah, I mean, he did all right. But then I started really paying attention to him in the second leg, and you're absolutely right. So I got to give you credit with that. This guy,
yeah,
Darwin Nunez, tore up our back line in that
yep,
second leg. I do attribute that to us playing Gomez and Matip, or Gomez and Kanate, excuse me, and
yeah,
Samikas. I mean, we completely put our B defensive line out there, which is still I don't want to use excuses, but again, if you're like you said, you don't have the chemistry, that can happen. But
yeah.
yeah, pushed him aside. It's an expected win, but I didn't like the second leg. It was kind of
Yeah,
stressful.
they also have a nice young player coming up, a forward called Gonzalo Ramos.
Hmm.
So, look out for these guys in the future, man. But you guys were always expected to win that one. At the
Yep. Yep.
same token, we had what should I call it, man? It
A
was like
scuffle.
no, it was like what you call it? It was like what do you call that thing in Rome, man? Oh man, it's not coming to me, man.
Gladiators.
Gladiator battle.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
hoping that's what you'd get at.
Oh man,
God.
listen, it was a gladiator battle against Atletico Madrid, man. Fight to the death.
It always is, dude. They're such a
Yeah,
dirty team.
it's so dirty, man. And you think about it, if they actually played better on the night, if they actually held their poise, they could have beaten us. They beat themselves with losing their temperament and everything, and they just, what I mean, but it was a very nervy game, though, I have to say. But I was always confident of getting the better of them because we had the goal, and they had to score twice to actually beat us, and I was pretty confident. I wasn't really nervous there. But look,
You're such a better team anyway.
yeah, we play Real Madrid. We beat them a couple seasons ago.
18,
You beat
19, right?
Yeah, you beat them like I think it's 1920 we beat
1920,
them.
you're right, because
And
Jesus.
yeah. And you actually
We lost to
you
them. They knocked us out
yeah, you
last season.
last season. Yeah, you
Yeah.
lost to them last season. So, we have them again. I think they're playing some good football, but I think they're overly dependent on Benzema and Vinicius. And if we could mark those two guys out of the game and handle those guys, I think we win that one easily, though. But it won't be a pushover. It really won't be a pushover, though.
So
Their defense look a little suspect, though. I must
oh
say.
yeah. Oh, I mean they're in transition with their defense, but the best defense is a good offense, and when you have an offense like they do, it's always a
Yeah,
danger. But I think if Ruben Diaz is back,
yeah, he will be back.
then I think you should be fine. I think your concern would be if they overload that right side or their left side,
Yeah,
uh, because or no, I mean you could put João Cancelo over
I
there. I
think
mean,
Kyle, I think Kyle Walker versus if he's fit versus Vinicius will be a good one, man.
it would be entertaining.
That would be
It
a good
would.
one. That would
Yeah.
be a good one. But look, man, we have Real Madrid. That's a tougher run in. You have Villarreal. How confident are you about beating the Yellow Submarine? I actually thought we all thought you were going to get Bayern Munich. It
Oh,
was,
everyone did.
yeah, it looked
Everyone did,
like,
man.
and I would have
Yeah,
preferred that battle, though. I really would have preferred that one.
of
But
course.
how do you feel about Villarreal, though?
So we've seen Villarreal in Europe before, back in is it 17, 18 under Klopp when no, 15, 16 when we went to the
Europa
Europa League
League, right?
final. Yeah,
Okay.
we beat them in the semis, I think. Completely different team then, obviously. But the away leg is what worries me. It is not easy to go to Villarreal and get a win. They're a very tough side. And again, they're very disciplined. I'm more scared of a disciplined team. Let me put it this way. I would much rather if you took a team like PSG versus a disciplined team. I would
Mm.
feel much more confident beating a team like PSG than Villarreal, especially on the form there. They're coming off of a great win against Bayern. They had to, dig deep with that. So the away leg I'm worried about. At home, semifinals in Europe, Liverpool all day.
But then again, you guys have not won your last two home legs, though. If
That's
you really
fine.
think
That's
about
fine. You
it,
get it done in the first leg.
I
I don't know.
think
I don't know if
you
we.
guys have to get it done in Villarreal.
That's
You
the
have,
thing. That's what
yeah,
I'm worried about.
I think you have to beat them. You have to beat them away, and then you have to factor in the Premier League matches as well that you have, before and after those games as well. So it's going to be tricky though. But you guys should beat them, man.
We
Yeah,
should. We
look,
should.
and that brings to the big talk. This is trophy talk. You know what I mean? We call this trophy talk, guys. We talk FA Cup. You won the Carabao Cup already. We're gonna finish things off with the Premier League, but we got to touch on the Champions League. But it's a potential Manchester City versus Liverpool final.
It's
How big
insane.
is
It's
that, bro?
insane. Dude,
Oh my
it's part
God!
of me think the football gods are doing this for the publicity, the commercial benefit. I mean, you got Man City in the league, FA Cup, Man City Liverpool league, FA Cup, and then a potential final. Back to back. It would be theater,
And
bro.
guess what? Guess what? If we win the league and you win the FA Cup, you're gonna have a community shield again to open
Imagine
the
that.
season. Oh my
Imagine
God!
that. Or you could have a Super Cup thing as well.
No, the Super Cup would be Europa League versus
Oh, that's
thing.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I messed up.
yeah.
Um,
I would love to meet you in a Super
good,
Cup too, but
good God, that would just be the
you
icing on the cake. But
you ever
man,
thought about um Man City is so good that they can't really be in the Europa League. I think if we go in the Europa League, we actually win it. You see what I'm saying? But we never go in the Europa League.
no, you should win
You
it
see
if you
what I'm
go in the
saying?
Europa League. That's so. This brings me back to my last season, thinking about how we finished the season and Allison's header. Like, yes, it was like you couldn't write it,
Mm,
but this team in the Europa League, it just wouldn't work. You know what I mean? So I feel like
yeah.
someone was watching over us that day. But yeah, back to the final, dude. I almost want it. I almost want it. Like, yeah, maybe I would love to have a rematch with Madrid in the final. That would be theater as well. But I mean, you guys are coming off of a harsh loss against Chelsea last season. You want to get back to it again. If you look at what Liverpool did, they lost it. They got back the next season and won it.
Yeah.
So if history tells us anything, we're in
But
for a good final regardless.
you know what? It would be really painful to lose the final twice in a row and to lose it to you. And
Not on this end, though. Not
and
on
the
this
way
end.
and the way you're gonna be celebrating the
Oh, man.
Liverpool fans
I'm just
and
I want to be able to hold on to the you've never won a Champions League. That's what I want to keep holding on
yeah,
to,
yeah. I know. And the other thing too is if we win it, and if we win it, the Liverpool fans would feel it. But if you guys win it, we won't be able to shut you up next season at all. You know what I'm saying? You'll be rubbing that. The people will be rubbing that in my face all season. So look, it's about time we win the damn Champions League, man. Come on. You see what I'm saying? We
I
spend enough
disagree.
money. Wait, so you disagree?
I disagree. I'm
You don't
completely
want us to
content if
ever
you
win
don't
it?
win. Yep, I'm
Damn.
completely content. I think the
Damn.
world tends to unfold as it should.
Mm,
Teams, you can buy the league, you can somewhat buy domestic cups. You should not be able to buy the Champions League. The Champions League is a competition that requires consistency. requires everything across the board. And I just feel like
Correct.
it rewards the teams that are doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
You're correct because look, it's a lot of games, man. You
Yeah.
know, what is it? 13 games?
That's a
You
lot.
know,
And it's going to be
so
more. It's going to be more here soon. What's it going to be? We've got 10 group stage games starting in 23, 24.
oh yeah, there's a
It's
change.
insane,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah. So
Ridiculous.
you got 6 group stage, round of 16. You have quarters, 13 games, man. You have to play to win it. That's a plus to factor in all the other things you got going on.